The Hoosiers debuted their first album, The Trick of Life, in 2007, spawning three big hits in the UK, being Cops and Robbers, Goodbye Mr. A, and Worried About Ray. These were three big singles of an album that went double platinum and charted #1 in the UK, and it makes sense. The Hoosiers were quite a big thing back in the day. It was like a craze, like when the Automatic released Monster, and everyone was thinking, this is a big song, and this band is going to continue on making so many hits like Monster, and then the Automatic just completely died off after that because they were a one-hit wonder band. And the Hoosiers weren't necessarily that. They did have a few singles and a big album to back them up, but since then they just kind of fallen and declined. They probably still be making some good music, but with popularity I've just not really heard of anything from the Hoosiers since their debut. But I decided, I heard a new album's coming out, and this album was called Confidence. And going into Confidence, I can say there's not really as much confidence into this record, unfortunately. You can tell they're trying to push out some very cheesy poppy songs with tracks like Hello Sunshine, which pretty much just sounds like a very stripped down poppy Hoosiers track. A lot of the stuff that really made their older stuff shine was the whole way the band got together through the instrumentation. Now it's just two of them left. The bassist, which I think was a quite essential part to the sound of the Hoosiers, especially during The Trick of Life, left in 2015, I think, for the previous album they released, which was called The Secret Service. And I think that's just kind of been a muddle for this new record. I know it's been a while, it's been 8 years, but 8 years, and I wouldn't really say this album is really worth it. You have Snowflake, which I thought was going to be a political song until I realised it's the Hoosiers, and they kind of just write whatever comes to their head. And with Snowflake, you have refrains to go do 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 or something like that, and it's just a weird full idea, but I mean, you can definitely tell they're trying which ones are the singles when they're trying these ideas out. The vocal performances just have a way more lighter tone to it, which it always did, but the spontaneousness of the band is pretty much not here. The overall structure that really made their first album shine is just completely gone to this point, and I'm not expecting them to stay consistent, but I feel like at this point Hoosiers are kind of being a dead horse. I just feel like almost no one's even heard of this record, and I don't blame you if you haven't. There's literally nothing iconic from this. The only thing I even heard of originally was Hello Sunshine, because I found it on Spotify Release Radar at the bottom of my list. I was looking for something new from the Hoosiers, and there was a really cool piano segment, but it wasn't even by them. It was just someone else using the name Hoosiers, and I was kind of shocked because that was better than anything on this record. To be honest, Idaho just has literally no idea how to kind of, capture the magic that old Hoosiers had, and I don't think anything really lives up to their golden age. There's 2 interludes as well, so what already is a not as long album is a bit shorter here. It's a very odd mess of an album, in my opinion. I don't even know why I'm reviewing it, because I don't think anyone's heard of it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to give this album a 1.5 out of 5. I just couldn't really get into it, but I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.